Hello guys, hi peeps. I'm at home in Kingston City, yes, from my green sofa. Yeah, it's been a while, and it's raining cats and dogs outside. You wanna see the rain going on? Some big rain was carrying on. It kinda easing up on and off, but we have some big rain. Look at my veranda, all soaked everywhere, so I can't even sit outside. I can't sit outside because the rain falling. Water running in. The whole place is flooding out. Look at my yard. Flooded, flooded, flooded. It's flooding out here. Up in the hills of Kingston. I don't know what the rest of Jamaica going on with. I don't know what downtown is going on with or the rest of Jamaica. But let's hope by evening the rain ease up, because I don't think we're in a storm. Are we? So I'm just watching TV, cooling out. Oh, I have my fruit cake. My champagne fruit cake from our anniversary celebration. Yummy. Can't taste nothing like this. Yeah. That's what I'm munching on. And it's cool. It's cool down here because you know when the rain falls, you feel like in winterland. And it's up in the hills with all the trees. Let me get my sipping on one of my Seagram. Yeah. I have a little sip because I'm at home. Cooling out, taking it easy. So, peeps, cheers. Cheers. Which one is this? Calypso Pina Colada. Yeah, sometimes you just need something refreshing to drink while I have my champagne fruit cake. Yeah, you see it? I bake this, yeah. Caterer Chrissy, who cater since I've been a caterer for the past 20 something years of my life, nearly 30 years. Got the education in catering cooking from when I was around 18, 19 years old. I started learning how to cook, and my mom used to teach me as well. Used to have a chef at home, so I used to practice baking as a child to my mom and dad, and they enjoyed it. Even if it never come out, but they loved it. They say, "Chrissy, bake this." Wow, because them times that so Chrissy can't really cook as well and stuff when you're like 10 years old and 12 years old, because you have chef cooking for you and all those things. But by the time you get up in age and you start your life, get married, you kind of learn that you have to learn how to cook yourself. Yeah, learn how to cook yourself. So that is what I do in my pastime. I did it as a hobby. I did it as a hobby until I took it as one of my career, one of my earnings, because as you know, I had my kids early. I had my kids from 20, 21. I started my family early. So 30 years later, I have a granddaughter and I have an adult son. I have two adult kids and an adult son. So when you start your family early, I guess you get a head start in life, where you can retire early in comparison to those who start later. They're in the what you call the rush, hustle and bustle of everyday life, because they're late. Isn't that what we do when we're late? You ever notice? If you're going to school and you're late, you're hurrying. While the ones who are early always takes it easy and relax. Them always seem like they're never into a race or a rush to get to anywhere because they're always early. Well, that's me. I'm always early. I try to be early in things that I do so that I don't have to be rushing because haste make waste. And sometimes when I have to rush, I don't like that because I forget things. Sometimes I break things, sometimes I hurt myself. So that's not me. If I have to be rushing, I'm like, pass it on to somebody else. That's not me. I like to take things easy and relax. So my throat, the frog in my throat seemed to be taking its time to come out. So I am taking my time self-healing the frog. Yeah? Out of my throat. To get him out of my throat. And it's sounding a bit better because before I was really choky. And every minute I would be coughing when I have to talk to people. It hurts my throat. And so that was part of the reason why I'm like, why are these people talking to me? I know that I can't talk. I'm like, okay, don't let me talk. Don't let me talk until I get rid of this frog out of my throat. But as you know, at church, there's chatting is my gift, right? My voice is my gift because I have a dumb and deaf brother and I speak on behalf of him most of the time. When people don't understand what's happening or they're, doing what they're not supposed to do, then that's when I come out with my voice. Hi, don't do that. You're hurting my brother. Don't do that. Or why are you doing that? So there's a reason why God made me talk. To defend the less vulnerable, the innocent, people who cannot defend for themselves. Right? So I am here this evening or this afternoon to share with you. So if you have anything to say, feel free, say it to me. Any questions to ask, feel free, ask it because that's what I'm here for. I'm your Facebook counselor, remember? That's what I offer myself to my people. That any little advice they want, any little insights they want. Remember, karma is real, so be good to people, be good to each other. If you target people, believe me, it comes back at you. So it don't make sense to target people. Better you just be a good person, be right, be good, and don't try to hurt people. Because everybody has a God. Remember, only God can make us. Right? And if God made us, then that means He's watching over each and every one of us. So if somebody's coming to target you, to hurt you, or to belittle you in any way, or to mash you up in any way, believe me, God will intervene and put them in their rightful place so they know you don't do that to His people. There are a lot of people out there who still don't believe in God. Excuse me, 1 second, let me turn on the fan. Yeah, I'm just saying, there are some people out there who does not believe in God. And they still does not believe in God. Well, the thing is, you have to believe in something. Yeah? And if God is not, excuse me, I just burped. If you don't believe in God, then you must believe in what it is that exists that makes you exist. So if it is not God that you're pleasing or serving or recognize as your Lord and Savior, then it has to be something within the universe that is working in favor for everybody. So if you don't believe in God, then what is it that you think that covers, blesses, and looks out for other people to make they triumph within our society so successfully. Hmm? Would you believe that some people just born superior to you or to others? That you were just born to be somebody whose life is just supposed to be harder than everybody else, you know? Because the whole point is that everybody came into this world with no clothes on them back, came through a woman, yeah, came with their two long hands, yeah, but it's the people that around them, surrounds them, that makes them who they are, because they're there taking care of them, nursing them, teaching them, and leading them to a path through this journey of in this life, in this gift of life, through a journey. So therefore, when you evolve to become who you are, the credit has to be given to the people who surrounded you, because they're the ones that paved the way and showed you how to survive, which way to go to get through in life. Nobody gets through on their own. And if so, it's not God. If so that you don't believe it is God that does it, then it has to be some being or something that made the human beings, made it possible for you to do that. Because believe me, human beings aren't just going to go out there and just pick up somebody just like that and say, yes, I want you. When people choose you to give you things or to bless you or to promote you, it is because maybe somebody recommended you. If not somebody recommended you, it is your effort of your work that you put out around the people around you, and from observation, the people seeing what you do, therefore says, okay, let me work with this person and give them a chance and see how well they deal with this opportunity that I am going to give to them. So most of the time, when people are curious and say, no, there's no God and I don't believe in God and that is foolishness and whatever, well, if you don't call it God, there must be something else that you call it, that whatever it is that you recognize is actually working for you. Yeah? So we would call it God. We would say, yes, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Thank you, Lord, for making the rains fall. Thank you, Lord, for blessing me with the opportunities. Thank you, Lord, for letting my life run as smoothly as it can. Thank you, Lord, for showing me how to attack the challenges as they come and rise above them. Because if it is not you who find that answer, it has to be something else that is illuminating your mind to the answers of what you should do when the challenges arise. Yeah? So you might not want to give credit to the God that I serve, or the God that other people serve, but give credit to something that is watching over you and recognize that you alone could not do what you do today. It has to be from the goodwill of another person. Yeah? And that's how I see things. I do things, and if it is out of what I say I can manage to do, I let it go. I don't try and force my way to do what I can't do. If I can do it, I do it. If I can't do it, I say I can't do that and I let it go. Yeah, it's as simple as that. And this way, you don't burden yourself. You end up being a happier person because you do what you can manage to do. You take on what you can manage to do. Or you put it off for another time. You know, you can put it off for another time too. You don't have to do everything right away. Just remember that. Hmm? Some people is always in a haste or in a hurry. But as I say, haste make waste. So sometimes you're there hurrying, when if you just cautiously and carefully pace yourself and do things in a careful manner, you'd be surprised to see how much you get accomplished. And how much ahead you get in life. Without killing yourself and killing everybody else around you to get there. You just take it in strides, one step at a time. Right? And believe me, you have a lot of time. People have a lot of time to do what they do. It's just that they choose to do things, and then when they see other people doing other things, they're like, oh, how they do that? And then they forget what they want to do. And start trying out what other people want, what other people is doing. Nothing is wrong with trying out other things, because when you get to try it out, you get to know yourself and know what you can do and what you can't do. And you know certain things you let it go to let other people who can do it. Yeah, like me. I try a lot of things in life. I do dancing, I do gymnastics, I do swimming. I learned to do so many things that I can't be bored. I can't be bored. I learned to self-heal. I learned to exercise. I learned to meditate. I learned to, take care of me in the whole process of what's happening. And that's the most important. How do you take care of yourself? Because if you can take care of yourself, then you can take care of somebody else. You can offer the advice, proper advice as to how you can take care of other people. But you can't take on a responsibility to take care of people when you have you to take care of all the time, and people keeps putting that demand on a lot of people all the time, where they want them to take care of them and not realizing that they have themselves to take care of too. Sharing some conversation with some people, this week, when, some men is like, the woman put on all the pressure on the man to take care of her and not realizing that he has himself to take care of too. So suppose a man now would say, a man says he has children and he has a wife and he goes out to work. Even if it's not a wife or a partner, like a girlfriend or a baby mother, that person needs to recognize that the man has himself too to take care of, and it's not just she and the baby. Because yes, the baby is his responsibility as well as her, but what about him? Who is going to take care of him? So if he has to take care of the woman and the baby, the girl has to remember, selfishly say, okay, he has to leave some money for himself too, and then the whole family will be a happier family. But the whole anger arises when the man goes out to work and then the woman does not recognize him as needing anything. She takes all his money away from him for she and the child, because he got her pregnant and she wants her child to have the best of everything, and she wants to have the best of everything. But the man wants something that's at least good too. So the most she can do, okay, since you give me the money, let me buy the groceries for the house. Yeah, so everybody can have meal to eat. And let me say, honey, I put aside this money for you because we're going to use some of the money to do this or that for ourselves. But in the demand to take all of it, it's going to be too much demand. And then that is where the anger starts brewing. And the man, being a man, he's expected to not supposed to complain, yeah, when the females are bullying him out of his earnings, because according to society, that's his responsibility, because he takes up a woman with child and gives her a child, yeah. But in truth, that really will brew anger. So ladies, you have to remember, when you have a man, your money is your money, yeah. His money is to be shared with you and him. It's not his money is your money too. No, it has to be shared, where he gets some and you get some too. You can't beat him up for all of it, because that's when want all, lose all. Yeah, there's a saying, want all, lose all. Always remember that. And that is why I share so much. Everything I have, I try to share as much as I can, because I would not have that concept in my head to say I want it all, because want all, always lose all. I share with people where I will say I will contribute this to you, because I see where you are doing something, and I might not can contribute a lot to you, but I can contribute something to you. And whatever I contribute, you either can take it and move on, or you can't take it at all because it's too little. Then there's nothing I can say, because I'm not going to go beyond. I'm not going to live above my means, because if I go live above my means to please anyone, I am not hurting the other people. I'm hurting myself trying to please other people. Right? So what I do, I work within my means. I live within my means, and I try my best to make things happen for people around me. For instance, if I see you are a trying person and you have ability and some form of ambition to make things in life, and I know a way that it can work for you, I can initiate you to go to whichever area that you need to go to or be in to make it happen better for you. So that's all I'm saying. I don't cut against people. I don't cut against people. I look and see their abilities, and I'm like, oh boy, that person is talented. That person can do such and such. Let me see how best to help them, especially if it's somebody who has targeted goals. Some people have set goals for themselves, like, I want to buy me a bed, or I want to buy me a chair, a table and chair, or I want to buy me a bike, or I want to buy me a car, or I want to buy me a house. Those are goals people will set for themselves. But how do you accomplish those goals if you don't put things into place to accomplish it? First step, you have to have an income coming in to save towards those material goals that you may set for yourselves. Yeah? In addition, it's best to, even if it's like bike or car or house, best to have an account open. You have to have a bank account open. Yeah? Because once you have a bank account open, at least, even if you're savings towards a goal and you put monies into your bank account, you can even get a loan when your money reach up to certain area to get whatever house or car or whatever you want to buy. If you're even working, it's good to contribute to like an NHT fund where you can get points added up. Those things help to get your house, or a land or something to build your house on. So, or even the funds, the help to build your house. So therefore, nothing is impossible. All you have to do is structure yourself properly, put yourself into the right place as you work towards accomplishing that goal. And always remember, no goal comes overnight. It takes Perseverance, it takes days, even months, even years to accomplish. So when you set a goal for yourself and you're like, you see 3 months pass or a month pass, don't despair, because the whole point is that in the process of accomplishing your goals, there are other things that's going to come up to distract you and to take some of the money away from you that you're saving. So for instance, you might be sick. Sickness might come up. That is something that comes up all the time. So the doctors always win on that one. I don't know how it works like that, but always make sure that you remember that when you're working towards your goal, sick always comes into play. Either you get sick or someone that you love gets sick, a loved one, your child, your parents, something always happens. And you have to know to stop right there, take time out to attend to them. Because if you don't stop to attend to them, you can lose them. Yeah? They can die because you don't know what kind of sickness is it. Hi, that mall is west. Does it have a shipping company on it? Yes, it does. It has a shipping company, supposed to be Express. So Babsy Gunnings made that comment. So as I was saying, when you're focusing on your goals of accomplishment, there are always something that comes up to distract you from accomplishing your goals. So that doesn't mean if the person gets sick or your family member gets sick and you have to stop to take them to hospital to pay some attention to them. That doesn't mean you're giving up on your goal. Yes, it sets you back, because I remember I was studying, and when I was about to finish my studies at JTS, that is when my daughter got sick and asked me to stop to attend to her. And I had to, as much as it was only a term left to graduate JTS counseling degree program, I had to stop to attend to her because she was in a dire situation, according to her. And because I love her and had put a lot of effort and energy in growing her, I had to think again, which is more important, to ignore her and lose her, or and to finish up the studies, or to stop what I'm doing to pay attention to her. I didn't want to chance it. I wanted to give her my full support so that nothing happens to her, because I love her. So I stopped. Pay her all the attention. Some people ignore their call of attention, and then when they look, they graduate, but them picnic dead. Or them parents, and them graduate, and them parents dead. They lose them because they neglected the call of they're sick. Sometimes by the time they're supposed to graduate, they're sick, And instead of they go to the doctor and take care of themselves, no. Them focus on accomplish this goal, and by the time they graduate, they die. They're like, what the hell? So you do all that. You work so hard. By the time you buy the house, by the time you buy your car, by the time you die. So you didn't even get to enjoy it. So therefore, that's what I mean when I say, things happen when you have set your goals for yourself and you're working towards it. When the things are happening, it doesn't mean when you stop, it can't be continued, or it's the end of the world, or you're done there. So no. It means you stop because something within your environment called for your attention, of which you chose to pay close attention because you care so much about that person in your life, and you're the one that can make that difference with that person in your life so that nothing happens to them. So you stop to pay attention to them to make sure they're okay. Right? When that is done and you know they're okay and you can speak to them, are you okay now? It was so amazing. Yes, my daughter even took out a student loan so that I could go back to school to finish up my degree. So there, guys, even though she asked me to stop, she recognized it was her calling unto me in her dire situation that she felt she was in. And so when it was my turn to continue my thing, she was the one that took up the responsibility, of which made me even love her more for owning up to her responsibility to help me out, to fix me back so I could accomplish my goal. How many children out there is like that for their parents? Not many. So I am blessed with some superior kids, some kids that I've never seen or heard anybody else kids does things like that for their parents. I have a son. When I'm ready, he's like, "Mommy, I have to take care of you because you're such a spoiled baby." I heard a girlfriend this week, one of my prairiettes, girlfriend was like, "Could you believe my son?" Her son told her, "You're so spoiled, mommy," or something like that. And I was like, that sounds like my son. Same thing my son would say to me. "Mommy, you're so spoiled. Why are you so spoiled? I have to be taking care of you." And here it goes. And it was so funny to know that, there are other people out there with those same issues and similar issues to what I experience with my kids as young adults, and still having them being around you and a part of your life. It is something to share, and it's something to recognize that, it's normal. It's normal for adult kids to want to give their parents everything, to want to take care of their parents, to want to protect their parents, and feel comfortable enough to say to their parents, "Mommy, you spoiled because you want so much, and I'm trying my best to make you happy, and I'm not meeting it." So they're brave enough and confident enough in the relationship you have with them that they can say anything to you and know that you will always love them and you will always appreciate them, even when they're trying to make you happy and it might not be fulfilling, it might not be working out. So I can recognize that. And because of that, it makes me very in tune in what some young people and their young adults and their parents are going through, because I have accomplished that goal of growing my kids into an adulthood. Many people do not get that opportunity or live the life long enough to see their children become adults, successful adults, and some of them die before. I remember, when I was at school, and you hear some of my friends and their parents died before, or right after they finished high school. So the parents didn't even get to see them live out their adult life that they have grown them into, which can be disappointing, but I am grateful for, because I've passed that scary stage that I thought I wasn't going to live long enough to even see my children, grandchildren, see the partners that they choose to interact with and have a life with, and to have like a what would you call it, the afterlife, the third chapter of your life. Because in our life stage, the human beings, we have like a three stage. We have the childhood stage, then you have the adult stage, and then you have the senior stage. Yeah, so it's like you have several chapters of your life where it's an experience to behold. It's something to look forward to do. And I mean, having children makes your journey interesting. Some people say it makes it harder, but I cannot imagine having a life without children. Yeah, that is a part of the journey of living. That's a part of this gift of life. So there's no way you can say, okay, you're now grown to become an adult, and now that you're an adult, you don't even have a kid, you don't even find a partner, you can't put it together. I mean, what do you think adulthood is about? Adulthood is about getting married and having kids. Yeah? And doing that work while growing your kids successfully until you get to that age of seniority. Yeah? So therefore, it's like you're not living if when you look on it, you finish your childhood stage and you're now an adult and you still can't figure out what next. I'm like, duh, what's wrong with these people? You can't figure out what's next. Only the geniuses can. Well, follow the genius because it's obvious. What's next in life when you have completed your childhood journey of, getting an education, getting a career on track, figuring out, because that's what that whole, it's 20 years practically. Some people learn it from they're 16, 17, they figured it out. But you actually get your whole childhood stage up until 20, 19, 20, and you're still so stupid that you can't even figure out what next. Duh, what next is you need to go get a life now. You need to start your family. You need to start your life. How can you not figure out that? That is just so simple. You understand? Because you have the next 20 to 24 years to grow human beings. Yeah? You're going to grow human beings after you turn 20. That means by the time you're 44 or 50, you're supposed to have adult kids. If you can't figure out within that 20-year span on what next, when are you going to do it? When you're 50 or when you're 40? And then you're wondering why other people are ahead of you in life and why you're just beginning. The reason being, you just not smart enough to figure it out. Yeah, you might go to school and get all the degrees. That doesn't mean you're smart. That means you know how to swat the book and you're enjoying the free ride of living through life with your parents paying your way. As an adult, you're supposed to put it together to figure out what next. What next? What next is you need to start a family. Since you get your career on the road, you know how you're going to earn your income. You know what you're going to be doing to get that money in. You're going to now have to figure out how to budget that money. How to budget that money to make sure that if you choose a partner and if you have kids, whatever income you have that you set up to have, you can share it with your child to send them to school and with your wife to make sure she can take care of herself. Yeah? If you get a wife too expensive, wrong. Because if when you get a wife and you realize you can't afford her, that means that's the wrong wife for you. You need to find somebody within your pocket, Find somebody who can fit in with your pocket. Because if you're a man, you need to pick a wife who can work with your budget, unless the wife you pick can afford herself. Yeah? She can afford to maintain herself. Therefore, it would not be an obstacle in your life because she is not totally and solely dependent on you, the man, to take care of her and her child. Or both of you child, instead of her child. You're both of you child. So therefore, you have an income coming in from her as well as an income coming in from you, so you won't have it so hard. And then you say you find love, so therefore your love supposed to can hold you together while you grow the child and you continue to work and build on accomplishing your goals. That's the way it goes. So a lot of people are still having that trial as to what next. Sweetie pie, that's what's next. If you have accomplished your goal, like me, yeah, I have set so many goals for myself and have accomplished many. So many of them that I have set. So that means I'm always a winner. Always a winner. Some things I don't think it's worth wasting my time on. I let go. Some people will say, well, you lose at that. Yes, you lose at that because I choose to lose certain things. There are certain things I don't think is worth my killing up myself over. Yeah? So, like, sometimes some people is not worth you killing up yourself over. You understand? Some environments is not worth you killing up yourself over, like being in or something like that. What else is not worth killing up yourself being in? You know, sometimes there's some really toxic environments that really makes you sick. It's just not worth killing up yourself to be in because life is so beautiful. Life is so beautiful. Sometimes even a group of friends. Sometimes you have a group of friends that it's just not worth killing up yourself being in or being a part of, because when you're around them, when you go around them, they make you feel inferior. They make you feel stressed. They make you feel unhappy. So therefore, there are certain environments that is worth letting go of and finding a healthier environment. Find areas that you don't feel so toxic in. Find people that you don't feel so toxic around. You're supposed to be around people who makes you happy, who can make you laugh. If you go around people and you're feeling in fear and you're feeling sad and depressed, that's not the place for you. Right? So, that is just the simplicity of life. It is as simple as it is. But people makes it harder because they're trying to do what they can't do. And they're trying to put themselves into situations that they don't even belong. And it's like they're forcing it. So they're forever in a fight. A fight with themselves and a fight with the environment of which they're a part of. Which it's not worth it. Yeah, totally not worth it. Life is beautiful. I am one who have experienced it. So I can speak on behalf of life being beautiful because I've seen life with some people who is very miserable, and then there's another life with some people who is just full of joy and happiness. Yeah? They do things together as a team. They work together as a team. They help out one another. You understand? It's not a puss and dog fighting game for survival. It's just total concern. Just total innocent concern for another person. And it's something that I have witnessed. I have witnessed male friends of mine caring genuinely about females, and the care that they put out is misinterpreted by other people. Yeah? Up to when I see the care that is being put out, I'm like, okay, because you are vouching so much for this person, I will see what I can do. Okay. Let me see. And the person don't even know that it was somebody vouching for them. And the person is like, after the opportunity comes, I don't want to have nothing to do with that person, and has so much negative to say. And I'm like, have it ever occurred to you that you're actually in that position because of that person? Yeah, you get in that position because of that person. And if people cannot recognize that not everybody is in a war with you, and you're in an environment that people are vouching for you, people are opening doors for you, giving you opportunities for people to see you and recognize you, and yes, you're getting the opportunity, and then you're cutting against that very same person who has given you or has vouched for you to give you that opportunity. Yeah? And that is mainly one of the reasons why I say some people don't even deserve to be in certain environments, because the people around them is very toxic, because you would be trying to help them and in the same time they're trying to stab you in the back. Once you cannot recognize that not everybody is as strong as you are. Yeah? Some people aren't as strong as the other. You have people who are more delicate. I am a delicate one. The slightest little thing me do me pop down, me get sick. And I recognize that there are some people out there like that. So therefore, I will look out and recognize when a person tries to do something and then popping down or then broken down. You understand? I'm like, leave it alone. If you can't do it, don't say you can't do it. You understand? Because you have to teach these people. They wanna succeed so badly. They wanna accomplish the goals they set for themselves so badly, but them really can't manage it. So you have to help people like that find a way how to work with what they can manage to do, and trying to kill themselves, trying to do what they can't do because it's going to make them sick, or they pace themselves. I have a friend who, every single time it's going to do something, pop down sick. I'm like, have it ever occurred to you that you're moving too fast? You're trying to do it too fast, and in addition, if you don't eat something and work on a hungry stomach, you're going to drop down. You're going to drop down. What is it saying? My battery of 15 minutes. So therefore, you have to remember that, when you're going to do things, or if you're setting goals for yourself, or you're working towards something, you need to make a proper plan. Make a proper plan, because you have good people around that is looking out for each other and looking out for you, even though you might think people aren't looking out for you because of how you stay. And every single time you fight against people, it's going to backfire on you, because the universe listens. Karma is real. And if you don't have a good heart for yourself, and if you don't have a good heart for people, believe me, even when people are trying to help you, you're going to think they're trying to hurt you, or they're trying to do something against you, because that's how you are within inside you. And then when that karma starts hitting you back, you're wondering, why is it happening to you and not happening to the person that you're targeting for it to happen to? So therefore, it is only you to blame when things are happening to you, because you are not genuine. You're a fake. You're targeting people to hurt people. And when you see people look like they're getting through, you run to hop onto their energies to tear them down. And it is going to backfire on you, because if God is blessing somebody in a certain way and you jump into it, believe me, you're going to get slapped. You're going to get slapped. Because you need to learn that God blesses everybody. God gives everybody an opportunity in life. And a part of your existence in the world is to bless people too. Bless people and to help people to cope with their blessings that they're getting. And maybe you will get some of it too. But from you can't do that, then it's like you shut your own blessings out, because you're putting up a fight on somebody else. Yeah? So guys, that is my little message for today. And I see the rain has stopped. So I have talked the rain into stoppage. But it was a good wash off for today. And I'm watching a good Hallmark movie, because that is how I relax. Watching some pleasant movie. I can't deal with the shooting up and the ugliness. I'm a more, what they say, Venus girl. I'm a more pleasant. I like the pleasantness of everything. Pleasantville. I'm a really pleasant type of person. So later. My phone is ringing and my phone needs to charge. So later.